All right, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me over the dozer. This is the first Management Monday, and this is where we're going to go into like trail cameras, scouting tips, information like that that you can use to be a better land manager. Not just like what you're doing in the forest, but like why. I guess it's kind of more of a little deep diver into this. So for the Management Monday, I'm in here right now. We got Johnson Forest Management back in after the timber harvest this winter, and they're knocking these roads back in to clean them up from the small ruts they made, but they're doing it. So what I want to talk about here is I just posted a TikTok video about this. We have a stand location right here that I shot my biggest buck out of historically. But what we want to do now is we want to flow them past this stand a lot better, because we've altered some movements with what we've done with this timber harvest and how we've designed this specifically for this. Big ridge line trail right here that's all cleaned up nice. This is the cut over trail from the top of that ridge, kind of cuts kitty corner. And I asked Trevor specifically, and this is where you're working with a good logger, making the right decisions for these ambush type locations specifically. You can see I marked these trees. See a stump paint, see a stump paint. This was marked to come through here. Drop these tree tops, stack them with that feller buncher perfect, and instead of dumping the deer right here by the stand, we'll do a little bit of blocking with maybe a hinge cut or two. But what this is doing is making a perfect intersection access. I'm gonna probably have a mock scrape in here somewhere off of one of these trees. I'm a nice 19 yards at this little cross intersection. The other nice thing right here is about 25 yards. This is where the drop down is. Now this drop down's right there, right down through there, down through the bottom. And that's gonna be the new border access for everything on this side. So I don't have to come through the center of my property, and the old orchard essentially is what it is on this property, to get into this area, to run with a funky wind or get in super early. What I'm doing is I'm staggering off, getting as close to the border edge as I can, accessing down through, and then managing that, working back to stand locations like this. But this is why it's key to work with somebody who knows where your stand locations are going to be, or is wanting to get off the dozer and talk to you for 5 or 10 minutes when they're coming back through to do cleanup. And again, this will come right down through here. We got some pocketed shelter wood style stuff going down through there, where we took a lot of maple off this face, and it's looking really nice in here, guys. Love the videos. We did a food plot and forestry video in here as well. But this comes right down here, makes a nice 90-degree hook, goes right down through. A couple marks that we left there on that tree for wire indicator, so he didn't cut something and mess up his nice feller buncher. So that's what we got, guys. As you can see, this will be the new access border trail going down through the bottom. That was one of the big things we wanted to make sure this got done with this cut. Really improve the access, improve our stand locations. If we're doing all this work, we do a little bit of fine tuning with the tweaking, and it makes it that much better. So this old maple where I shot my big 10 point back in 2011, so 15 years ago, I shot my biggest buck out of this spot, right back here actually, coming out of that bedding back there. Now we got bedding all around, transitioning in between, plugging in bulletproof access into those spots. So there's your Management Monday video, guys, in the woods. If you're working, this is your thought for the day. If you're working with a logger, forester, everything like that, map these trails out, map these roads out. Make sure that your goals for the property and for what you're trying to accomplish fit with what you're doing actually with that management work, whether it's a food plot, timber cut, whatever it might be. So thank you all for tuning into this Management Monday. I'm Ben Williams of Whitetail Properties and Hunter Proof Whitetails podcast, and I'll catch you guys all next time here in the field with one of our videos. Take care, guys.